Yahology, the bridge builder among Abrahamic faiths, creating one fold without spot or blemish. We're going to talk about Noah's Ark on a narrative level, interpretive, and even symbolic. I think you would find it interesting that Noah's name, of course, was not Noah. It was actually T'yah Bet-Un. The T'yah Bet-Un aspect was very exciting for me. Of course, the study of Yah, which prompts Yahology, takes you on a closer walk with thee, and you just find Yah everywhere. I'm thinking that the enigma had to be very difficult to hide, but the more you search, the more you find. In Noah's Ark, we're going to use it today to bridge a gap between the three major Abrahamic faiths. On a narrative level, we know that the ark was 300 cubits long by 50 cubits wide by 30 cubits high. In meters, that would be 137, 23, and 14. And in feet, we're talking about 440 feet long, 73 feet wide, and 43 feet high. In layman's terms, that would be about 4.5 basketball courts long, about a quart and a half wide, and of course 43 feet high. We're talking about the basketball goal is 10 feet, so we're talking about 4 basketball goals up, and then 3 feet past that, I guess at the top of the glass on the last basketball goal. And of course it had 3 levels. Now, when we said we're going to try to bridge the gap in Abrahamic faith with Yahology today in this message by using Noah, we're going to start out with the rabbinic. Of course, we have in our early Jewish literature the story of Noah going out trying to warn his neighbors of the oncoming flood. Of course, he was ignored and even mocked. And then, of course, the 40 days, of rain. And then he eventually sent out the raven and then the dove. That is basically the same story we have in the Christian rite as well as the Islamic. Of course, all three are Abrahamic faiths. Now, in the Christian rite, the early church fathers, such as Hippolytus, they were more of a interpretive, and they used the story of Noah to symbolize Christ and expanding the kingdom and things of that nature. And then St. Jerome came around with the same notion, and then saying that the raven didn't return because that was the symbolic sin being expelled into the wilderness. But the dove and the olive branch, that symbolically, even today, represents peace. That's where that came from. Now, in Islam, what many Christians don't know is, of course, they have Noah as well. The story refers to the ark as a safina, which is an ordinary ship, but they have the raven that went out and said their raven didn't come back out either. It didn't come back either. It's the same story. And of course, their raven was said to feast on carrion by reason for not coming back, and which is the decaying flesh of other animals, I guess, when the water subsided, for the term carrion. Now, in Surah 11:41, it says, "Ride ye in it in the name of Allah, it moves and stays." Now, that's taken to mean that Noah said, "In the name of Allah, move." Or when he got ready for it to stop, it was also in the name of Allah. Now, I found that to be very, very interesting in my study, because I know that the Christians who have Elohim, the guttural, there was no guttural L back in their native tongue, it was the Allahim. So the Christians are basically, we're all saying Allah, just if you're just going to stop right there, but L is the guttural O, and of course, Allah just means God, just like Elo or El means God. The ultimate name for both of the gods, as we know, the name of the enigma of enigmas is Yah. Now, for all three Abrahamic faiths to have Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the beginning as patriarchs, and to have Yah in the end at the top of the pyramid as the God for all, we simply need to bridge build in the middle. The bridge build is the truth by conferring that over here when we have the creation of Christianity, the patriarch for Messiahship as being Jesus, which is Yeshua, if you look at your Webster's Dictionary as the root word, that went into transliteration. It was translittered. It was changed from Yeshua to Jesus, which went into Jesus, which went into, in English, Jesus. Now, I know that a closed mind is hard to deal with. But when you're confronted with truth like this, it's for you. His sheep know his voice. So whether you are a Jew or a Christian or an Islamic or a Hebrew Israelite, a Scientologist, you must answer to the truth and move to the highest level of truth, which would be Yahology. It is the perfect bridge build. Truth. Yahology is the new ark for humankind. It is the new ark welcoming all races. Yahology is what will withstand the deluge of the floodwaters of truth that will wash away all these falsehoods. I adjure you, Yahology, become a Yahologist. Study Yah for yourself. Enter in at the east door, giving praise and thanksgiving to Yah, as I'm sure did T. Yah, better known as Noah. Now, as we create one fold without spot or blemish, we already understand that you have to have an open mind and the right kind of heart to even fellowship with someone else that has a closed mind towards you. It takes guts to step out on faith and love your neighbor. It takes guts to do right and step out on truth. But that's who the Messiah had, that's who Yah works with, people with guts. The whole story is about people with guts. You can start out with the 12 fishermen. They weren't on a Norwegian cruise line. He used people on a fishing boat. So, talking about some people wouldn't get their hands dirty. Not just go out and catch the fish, but you're going to have to clean the fish. You're going to have to adhere to your nets. You're going to have to mend your boat. You're going to have to get you some rest. Got to eat. Got to see about the babies. We're talking about you and I for the most part. The knowledge of Yah has been shut up before our eyes and has been politicized and has been corroborated to fit other descriptions that aren't true. When we rewind the tape on the names and do our etymologies and our studies, we know that Yahology is the way. And of course, we're needing help getting this word out. If you need for us to pray for you in the name of Yah, the name that moved mountains, parted seas, the name that David in Psalm 68 and 4 said to praise to, give alms to, sing praise unto. Drop us a line, P.O. Box 184, Italy, Texas. Address it to Yahology. Today, we used Noah's Ark on a narrative level, and then a little interpretive, how we see how it went, symbolic in certain ways. And then we showed you that Yahology is the ark for humanity today. Thank you for your time. See you at the crossroads.